So you're thinking of moving to Peoria, Arizona? Great place to live up here in the Northwest Valley. Maybe you're being relocated with your work. You got family or friends that live up in that part of town, or maybe you just got online and done some general research. Looking to move to the Phoenix area, you've kind of honed in on Peoria. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take you on a map tour of Peoria. I'm going to pull up my computer and kind of show you some things in and around the area, as far as like proximity to the airport, maybe things to do inside of Peoria, shopping, restaurants, things like that. Talk a little bit about the schools, show you a few areas that you might want to consider living in, depending on what type of lifestyle you're looking for. Maybe things to do outside of the city. You got great freeway access around that general area of Peoria, and I'll kind of walk you through that. So with that being said, just kick back and relax, because we're getting after it right now. If this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything there is to know about Peoria, Arizona, or any other city or suburb in and around the metro Phoenix area, be sure and subscribe below. Don't forget to tap that bell for notification. That way you'll be the first to know about our current real estate market here in Phoenix. Hey, my name is Rick Hancock with the Phoenix, Arizona Living Team, and we get calls and emails from people just like you every single day looking to move to a place like Peoria or any other amazing suburb in and around the metro Phoenix area, and we absolutely love it. So whether you're looking to move in 6 days, 6 months, or a year from now, go ahead and reach out to us, give us a call, send us a text, you can shoot us an email. We're here from you when it comes to your real estate needs, and would love to help you make that smooth move to Phoenix.
All right, so I've got the computer opened up and you can see the metro Phoenix area right here. If you've never been here before, it is a very large, spacious area. Several hundred square miles to cover it. Phoenix is the fifth largest city in the country with a population of about 1.7 to 1.8 million. But if you take Phoenix and all of the suburbs in and around this whole metro, what we call the metro Phoenix area, it's just under 5 million, about 4.8, 4.9 million. The dotted area up here in the northwest corner, this is Peoria. It's very well spread out. A majority of what you see here on this screen, when you look at, you got Phoenix, Scottsdale, Tempe, Mesa, Gilbert, Chandler down the Southeast Valley, Glendale. All of this area is in Maricopa County. Now, if you follow politics, during the last election, Maricopa County was highly talked about. Happens to be one of the largest counties in the entire country, I believe, as far as population goes. I think it's number 3 or number 4. I think it's in the top 5 anyways. But very large area scattered throughout. And what's nice about Phoenix, if you've never been here, or maybe you have been here, you'll kind of appreciate what I'm about ready to say, is Phoenix is an easy town to get around, believe it or not. Everything is laid out in a square grid. Everything's north, south, east, and west. It takes you a little bit of getting used to when you move here, but for the most part, depending on what part of the country you're coming from, you don't feel like you're driving in circles. In places I've visited, sometimes I feel like that's what I'm doing. But everything is pretty well north, south, east, and west. Like I said, it's laid out in a square grid, and it really is easy to get around. Another thing too, could be a plus, it could be a minus, a pro or a con, depending on how you look at it. For me, I was born and raised here in Phoenix, so I appreciate this. We don't have any toll roads. So none of our freeways are toll roads. You don't have to get a toll pass. You can access any freeway at any time and not have to worry about that. Now, if you come from a major city or an area that has toll roads and you're used to getting around, you appreciate that. It's going to be a little bit of an adjustment for you when you come to Phoenix, because we don't have to worry about that. So just know that the freeways are easy to get on and off. And I will say this, Phoenix has dramatically changed within the last 20 years. As I mentioned, having grown up in this town and born and raised, I've seen our freeway system over the years. I grew up in a home building family and very active in the building business for many, many years. Ran our sales department and traveled all over the valley. So I've been on our freeways a lot over the years, and I can tell you dramatic improvements have been done over the last 20 years. We've had a number of freeways open up. If you're familiar at all, this is our 101 freeway, which runs along the northern part of Phoenix, Scottsdale, and then it comes down right around the east side over here. And the 101 freeway actually goes through Scottsdale. Scottsdale is our most popular suburb, most highly researched as well. And people associate Phoenix and Scottsdale as almost kind of one and the same. But the 101 freeway does go down through Scottsdale. But when you get on that freeway, you can get to any part of the Metro Phoenix area that you want to, which is really nice. Now, it also dives down through Peoria up here in the northwest, right down through here, which is really nice, especially in the southern part of Peoria. So you're down in this area right over here. So you got good freeway access right here in the 101. Now, if you live a little further north, this would be kind of our northern area of Peoria. It goes all the way up to our Lake Pleasant Regional Park. That's our biggest lake that we have here that's close to the Metro Phoenix area. Very popular lake. Used to go boating up there a lot back in the day, and it's really a lot of fun. So you got that to the north. You come down to the southern part of Peoria down here. You're right on the border of Glendale. You're right there by State Farm Stadium and the Westgate Entertainment District. I'll talk more about that here in a minute. But you've got good freeway access on the southern part here of Peoria to get on this 101 freeway. And there again, it can take you down to Interstate 10, or you take it on the outer loop of this 303 freeway. And that just opened up just in the last few years. And it all comes down here, and there again, it all ties down into Interstate 10. Now, Interstate 10 goes east-west from California to Florida. So you hop on there, and depending on where you want to go, you can get to any part of the country that you pretty much need to down along the southern part of the country. But it's easy access. Now, if you want to get, if you want to kind of explore and get out of town a little bit, let me kind of show you what's around here. This is Interstate 17. There's our main freeway that runs north-south through town. But this area right here takes you up north. Like if you want to go up to, there's a beautiful area called Prescott Valley. Prescott, maybe you've heard of Sedona. Maybe you've visited there. It's their beautiful red rocks, incredible scenery up there. And when I tell people all the time, I say, when you come to Phoenix, and I realize Phoenix isn't for everyone. You know, it's very arid, it's very dry, it can be very dusty, lots of cactus, and it's a complete change of lifestyle for people that come down here. Now, people come down here and they either love it, or for some people, they go, it's just not for me. And I get it, it's not for everyone. But I will tell you this, when you get out of town of Arizona, or the Metro Phoenix area, and you drive north, maybe 30, 45 minutes, you get dramatic scenery changes. You drive a little further north, you go up into Sedona, a couple hours north of Phoenix, you've got Flagstaff, you've got all the snow that you can imagine. Flagstaff gets as much snow as anywhere in the country. It's about 2 hours north of Phoenix. There is a little ski resort up there if you want to go up and go skiing. But they got beautiful fall colors, something that we don't have here in the valley. So you can definitely drive up north up this I-17, and it dramatically changes all up in this area here. It's beautiful. You get in the aspen trees as you get up closer to Flagstaff. You've got your pine trees. If you want to go a little further north, it's outside of Flagstaff, going to the northern part of our state. Of course, that's where, you know, we're the Grand Canyon state, because we're known for our Grand Canyon. Beautiful. If you've never been up there. From Phoenix, that's about 3.5, 4-hour drive. So it's not too bad. And that is this whole area right in here. Beautiful. You've never seen it. It's definitely worth going to, and you have to go see it when you're here. So that's a little bit about getting outside of town. Now, if you want to, here, let me show you here. I'll just kind of click on the National Forest scene here, Coconino National Forest. Kind of give you an idea on what it looks like up there, how pretty it is. Whoops, there we go. Try and show you a few pictures. There we go. Here we go. You can get, you can have an appreciation of what the scenery is up here. But it's the elevation change and just everything. Look at this. I mean, you can just kind of get a feel for what you're going to see when you get outside of Phoenix. You drive up north. It is just an incredibly beautiful state. And it's vastly different. That's what's so neat about it. You can literally drive up to Flagstaff in the wintertime, go play in the snow, you drive back down and play golf in the afternoon in Phoenix. I mean, it's the diversity of lifestyle, diversity of weather, but it really gives you a good change. But these are just kind of a few of the pictures that you can see up here, but it's beautiful up in that part of the Northern Valley. This is in Sedona. This is one of the famous churches there that's in what they call the Red Rocks. But this whole area is just definitely worth seeing. When you get a chance, you come down here. Even if you come for a visit, make it a point to hop in the car and head up north. You won't be disappointed. So that kind of takes you up around the northern part of the valley. I'm sorry, up in the northern part of the state. Now, if you want to head to California, you want to hop on Interstate 10 right down here. This will take you all the way to LA. It'll take you to San Diego, wherever you want to go. If you wanted to go to Mexico, for example, we're not far from Mexico. We border Mexico's to the south. You come right down out here in Buckeye, and you head right down Interstate 85 down here. There's the border of Mexico. Famous destination, or I should say a popular destination for a lot of locals, is a place called Point Penasco, or it's Rocky Point. Now I understand, and I don't know if it's completed or where they are, but they're talking about building a port in here for the cruise lines. So that could be a real popular destination. But a lot of people have condos down here. You can go down here, be part of the right there on the water. It's a great place to go and hang out. So it's a little bit about kind of the general area around the Metro Phoenix area, and if you want to get out of town and what you might see there. Now, for example, if you're a frequent traveler, and let's say you want to live in the Peoria area, you're looking at it, but you need to get to the airport. I pulled up a little map here, for example. It shows you right now about 45-minute drive. Now, I took a place called Estancia, which is up in the northern part, kind of the further north of Peoria. So it depends on where do you live in Peoria as to the distance. But from there, it's about a 45-minute drive. So just know that going in. You got a couple different routes. This is what pulled up for me. If you need to get to the freeway, get in and out of the airport. And that's going to take you into Sky Harbor, which is the main airport. Chances are it's the airport you flew into. We do have one down the Southeast Valley Mesa, the Mesa Gateway Airport, but it has Allegiant Air as a commercial line. But most everybody else is up in this Phoenix area right here in the downtown area. Now, if you want to, some of the things that's really neat about Peoria, and this is something that I really appreciate. If you love the outdoors and you love the lake life, as I mentioned earlier, we have Lake Pleasant, which is right here. Beautiful lake, not far from Peoria. You can see right here, I mean, you are about maybe a 30-minute drive. So let's say you have a boat, depending on where you live. I'll talk about a community that we built out this direction a few years ago that had on-site parking, but you can either store your boat on the water. It does have a full-service marina. You can dry storage your boat. You can wet storage it, so you don't have to worry about that. That's a convenience if you're going to live out in this area, you're going to use this lake frequently, or if you're going to shuttle it to and from the lake. It's not a far commute really, depending on where you live in Peoria, to get to Lake Pleasant. But it is a full-service marina. It's got everything there that you really need, and it's really a lot of fun. It's a great place to go and check out. Let me pull up a few pictures here so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. One of the neat things that they've got here, and I'll show you that, you can see this little ramp right over here. I'll pull up a picture, it's something in a little closer for you. And it's something they just recently added. They built this ramp here a few years ago. I think it's been up now. Oh, my kids have been to it, but maybe, I don't know, 5-6 years ago. And you can rent it. I think it's on an hourly rental. You can pay to use the slide. But it's got 3 different launch ankles, which is kind of fun. So in the summertime, you can come down there and just have a ball, just going right in the water. Something they've added to that marina to give it a little bit more. So if you're not into boats, maybe you don't have a boat, maybe you don't want to rent a boat, but you just want to come and hang out. They have this ramp, and then they've got a whole structure on the water that's a climbing facility where you can move around and climb on different elements on the lake, which is really a lot of fun as well. So it's like a whole obstacle course on the water. So several things around the marina that you can take advantage of, but it really does. It has a lot to offer. It's a beautiful lake. It's got great scenery. Now, I will say this about our lakes here in the Metro Phoenix area. We do have lake life here, but you don't have houses on the water. Now, I know, several states you can actually live on the water. But here in Arizona, that's not allowed. But you can come and you can camp. You can camp around our lakes. You can have day picnics. Obviously, you can, if you have like a houseboat, stored on the water, then obviously you can live on the water. But there's no housing around our lakes. That's just not permitted. So anyway, plenty to do up there at Lake Pleasant. It's really a wonderful lake, and it really is. It's just so much fun to hang out there. All right, what I want to do is I want to kind of hone in on a little bit about some things kind of right around Peoria area in addition to the lake. Now there's an area right down here in kind of the middle part of Sun City. I'm sorry, Sun City, Peoria. It's adjacent to Sun City. If you like shopping, Peoria per se does not have a tremendous amount of shopping in its outlying areas of Peoria, but we do have a place called the Arrowhead Town Center, and it is our largest indoor mall in the West Valley. And it's got all your major stores. You have Dillard's. It has a Macy's. There's even a Costco out there on the outer edges, not inside the mall, but on the outside. You've got stores like Target. You've got all your main big box stores are all right there in and around this Arrowhead Town Center. And what's nice about it is indoors, so especially in the heat of summer, you can go inside where it's air conditioned and do your shopping in there. And I want to kind of show you the outer areas around it. And I'm going to hone in here a little bit so you can kind of get a feel for what it looks like. But this is a very popular area, and it's right off our 101 in Bell. So it's right in the heart of Peoria. So it's not too far a drive depending on where you live. But this is the town center. I was just showing the inside. You can see it's got a Dillard's, Dick's Sporting Goods. There's a Macy's, Total Wine & More. Lots of places around the mall. Kind of hone in a little bit more. You can kind of see a few more of the stores that they have. They have a movie theater. There's a Spencer's, a T-Mobile, Hat Club, Dick's Sporting Goods, Sephora, Express, JCPenney's, Hallmark Shop. There again, there's Dillard's, T-Mobile. So lots of little stores inside the mall that you can go. You can go take advantage of. H&M Clothing, a Foot Locker. So probably a lot of the basic things that you would need are going to be found right here in and around this Arrowhead Town Center. That's very convenient. And they have lots of restaurants around there as well. So it's a great area right there off the 101 and Bell Road. Easy access, especially coming from that part of town if you live out there in Peoria. And then right next to it, I'm gonna hop across the freeway going west. This is where you're going to find a lot of your car dealerships. You got Mercedes-Benz, there's Ford, Nissan, Chevy, Honda, there's Kia. So you got a number of these car dealerships right here on the other side of Bell. So you got the car dealerships on one side, and you have the Arrowhead Town Center on the other side. Just below that is our Peoria Sports Complex, staying in the theme of sports. This is home. This is Major League Baseball. This is one of our training facilities, one of, I believe, 17 that we have throughout the valley. It's called the Peoria Sports Complex. This is home to the San Diego Padres and Seattle Mariners. So very popular here in the springtime in the month of March. People fly in from all over to watch Major League Baseball. They go to these spring training games. And that is one of the areas right here in the Peoria Sports Complex that you can go catch a game during that time of year. And they've got a lot of other activities obviously going on throughout the year, but that's just during the month of March for Major League Baseball. So you got Seattle Mariners, San Diego Padres. They got an amazing sports complex right here. But then all around, here's a Hobby Lobby. There's a Target, a Cheesecake Factory. Here's a Harkins Theater. Harkins Theater is a locally owned, family-owned, privately owned company for movie theaters here in Arizona. But a lot of restaurants are down through here, a number of hotels all around this area. There again, right off the 101 and Bell Road. So you can get a lot of things really in one close area of town. If you like ice skating, for example, a little place called the Arizona Ice Peoria. Indoor ice, you can go and you can play hockey, you can watch hockey, you can go have general skating indoors. There again, that's all part of that Peoria Sports Complex right adjacent to it. So lots of fun things to do in and around this area here. I'm going to take you a little further south down this 101 freeway and talk to you about, and it's a short drive, I say, going from this area of Bell Road down right on the edge of Glendale. I want to spend just a few minutes and talk to you about the Westgate Town Center. As soon as I get my computer to open up, acting a little slow today. But right down here, and I've done several videos on this, and you can go on the channel and you can look this stuff up. But it's the Westgate Entertainment District. There again, more restaurants, things to do in and around that area. Let me hone in and I'll kind of walk you through it a little bit. Just so you can kind of see. First of all, just north of it, there's a brand new Desert Diamond Casino. All our casinos, believe it or not, are on the Indian reservation. So there's a little area here that's designated Indian land. So that's why that casino can be put there. I think it's only been open maybe like 3 or 4 years. So it's brand new. So if you like casino life, you like to go in there and play the games and things like that, real close by right there on the 101 freeway. Coming down a little bit further south is this whole Westgate entertainment area. And it's impressive. You've got, there again, you got all sorts of you got a movie theater there. You got a whole outlet, Tanger Outlet Malls is right here on the side. Lots and lots of name brand stores there to shop in. And there again, from where I just showed you up on North Bell to come down here is maybe, I don't know, 7-8 minute drive. So it's not too far. You got several hotels in and around this area. Across the street over here, in this area here, you've got a Top Golf. If you're familiar with Top Golf, I know they got several of these around the country. You see outdoor driving range on steroids, but now it's more than just going hitting golf balls. It's more entertainment. They also opened up something called the Pop Stroke. If you're not familiar with that, that's the same thing as like a Top Golf, but geared towards miniature golf. And it's sponsored by Tiger Woods. So he's behind it. This is one of, they've got a location here, and they just opened up one in Scottsdale. Same kind of concept where you go there and it's more than an event. You go there and you can play miniature golf. They've got a restaurant, a bar, and all of that to take advantage of. And then you've got everything in and around the Westgate Entertainment District. As part of that, you got the Desert Diamond Arena. It used to be home to the Arizona Coyotes NHL franchise. They have since moved out to Tempe. They're in the midst of trying to find a permanent home. But for several years, they were playing hockey here, so it was designed for that. Now they've got great concerts. We've seen a few nice concerts in there. A lot of your big-time entertainers come there for that and other events throughout the year. You move just south of that, and you can walk literally from there across Maryland Avenue. Right, and there again, there's an access to get on and off the freeway on the 101 right here. Now you come down here, you got State Farm Stadium. That's home to the Arizona Cardinals. NHL football. So if you want to go catch a football game, great place to go there. Of course, we just had the Super Bowl here back in February. It's the third time out here that we've had the Super Bowl. So there again, that's very close by. It's really in Glendale, but it's right on the border of Peoria and Glendale. Now you go a little further south, right across the street again. And there again, you're only talking maybe a half-mile distance. It's not very far. They are building, and I did a whole video on this, and you can go watch it, called the Vi Resort. The Vi Resort will be the largest hotel or resort that's ever been built in Arizona. It's a $1 billion plus resort, but it's crazy. It's going to have a whole entertainment venue. You can literally, they've got a section where you can rent a room and walk out the back, and you've got several. How do I want to say it? You've got like a suite out the back of your resort that you can invite family and friends to come watch one of your favorite entertainers who will be coming here to entertain right out your back door, because it overlooks the resort part. The entertainment area of the resort. So that is really cool. But you can go watch the video on that. Adjacent to that is the first of its kind. Mattel is building an outdoor theme park. It's actually a majority of it's going to be indoors where it's air conditioned. There again, taking into consideration our summer heat. They're going to have a couple of roller coasters there that you can ride. It sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun, but they got a whole setup for Barbie and Thomas the Train theme. What else they have? Mattel, not Mattel, but the Hot Wheels. You know, anything to do with Mattel, it's going to be there. They're going to have resort shops, both at the resort and also at the Mattel. So this is going to be a whole mega entertainment area. There again, right adjacent to Peoria. All of these two areas are supposed to open up the latter part of 2024. So we're coming into the tail end of the year. So about a year from now, hopefully all of this will be open and you can go take full advantage of it. You've got teenage kids, or hey, you don't have to be teenage kids. This is all adults as well. So that there again, that's a little bit about some of the entertainment, the shopping areas in and around Peoria. So what I want to do now is I want to kind of hone in a little bit and talk to you about kind of what's around and what are some of the sorry, my computer's running a little slow today and it's taking a little bit longer for these to open up. But let me talk to you just a minute about some of the choices for living here in Peoria. Peoria is an affordable place to live. You know, there's currently over, and I'll pull this up here. It says the median home price here in Peoria is really about $140,000. Now, there's several mobile home parks that are here and scattered throughout Peoria, so it pulls that median price home down. I can tell you right now, there's about 450 homes on the market in Peoria currently, and they range. You can actually get a 2-bedroom, 2-bath home for below $300,000 up there. It's a single-family home. The most expensive home in Peoria for sale is just under $6 million. So you've got all prices in between. So there is affordability in Peoria. Depending on what your budget is, you can probably find what it is that you're looking for. But a lot of good choices when it comes to housing. Let me pull the map back up here and kind of go in and kind of show you some areas that you might want to consider as far as living. Here's an area here, and I did a whole vlog on that. You go check it out, called Estancia. Estancia is one of the newer master plan communities out there. They're going to have, gosh, what is it, like, I think it's 7,000 acres, and they're going to have close to 12,000 homes out there when it's all built. But it's a fully self-contained master plan community. You can get, they get all different type of lifestyle choices when it comes to pricing. They've got an area for active adult. They've got a private area for more high-end, with its own private golf course, more high-end homes. They've got brand new construction. If you want something brand new, they're still building homes up there, and they will be for a while. A beautiful area called Estancia, and this is right off our 303 loop. There's a great area over in here called West Wing. I'm going to kind of hone in on a little bit. It is a neat area of town. It's right, there's a road here called North Lake Pleasant Parkway, and this will actually, you can hop on this and this will take you right to that lake that I showed you earlier, and from here it's about 30 minutes. Like I mentioned, I grew up in the home building business back in the early 2000s. We developed an area here called Pleasant Valley, right off Pleasant Valley and Jomax. We had two product lines in there that were gated, built over 500 homes. We had some larger lots on our high-end product lines, and had a lot of RV gates, and you could park your RV boats there, motorhomes, maybe trailers, whatever it is that you have. You were allowed to park those on site at our community here at Pleasant Valley, which really made it convenient in case you didn't want to store a boat. Otherwise, you've got to go off site. I mean, if it does have an HOA, but we permitted it. So some of these HOAs do not allow you to park your RV on the property. So you have to go outside, either to a storage facility, or if it happens to be a boat, you'd store it on the water if you wanted to do that. But this whole area called West Wing Mountain Preserve is just a beautiful area. This is the Peoria Regional Preserve. It's a little outcrop mountain area here. You can go hiking. But this little drive right down through here is just really pretty. 83rd Avenue. It comes over here to Jomax. But any of the homes right over in this area, anywhere right over in here, it's just beautiful when it comes to all up around the mountain preserve and what have you. So it's a great area to live, single family houses. Most of these homes are fairly new. I say built probably within the last 15, 18 years max, and newer than that. There are some newer constructed homes being built there as well. So you can't go wrong in that area of Peoria, there again off Lake Pleasant Parkway. So it kind of gives you an option. That's what's kind of neat about Peoria, because of the little mountain range that they've got there. You can back up to the mountain. You got mountain views. So it's really pretty. If you move a little further south, down here, there's a place called Westwood Village. This is a retirement living. So if you want active adult lifestyle, you've got your choices there. Plus, you're right adjacent to Sun City. Anywhere in there is all active adult as well. So you got families, you got active adult, you've got affordability, you've got high end, and all of it's very convenient right here in the city of Peoria. And I think that kind of does it. I think I try to give you just a snapshot of what Peoria is all about. In case you're not familiar with it, if you've done some research, then some of this might be a little redundant to you. But it's a great place to live. There again, you're a little further out on the outskirts of town. But I tell you what, this 303 freeway has really made life a lot easier to get around. Because not that long ago, we didn't have access to it. But as our town is expanding and growing outward, you know, these outer rings are starting to pop up with these various freeways. So, hey, I hope you enjoyed it. That's a little bit of our city of Peoria.
All right, that's going to go ahead and do it for this tour of Peoria, Arizona. I hope you found it helpful. Did you learn something? Had you been looking into this part of the valley and you wanted to learn a little bit more about what Peoria has to offer? I hope you found it helpful. If you did, please give us a big thumbs up and like the video. We definitely appreciate that. And as always, if you got any thoughts or comments, please feel free to share those down below as well. You know, we're always looking to grow our channel and get it out to as many people as we possibly can. So if you haven't already done so, please be sure and subscribe to the channel and tap that bell for notifications. That way you'll be notified every time we've got an update on the real estate market here in Phoenix. And as always, we appreciate your time. And if we can ever help you with any of your real estate needs, whether you're looking to buy a home here in the valley, or if you live here, possibly you got a home to sell, maybe you're looking for an investment property and you're not ready to move out here full time, we can definitely help you with that as well. Just reach out to us. You know where to find us. You can give us a call. You can shoot us a text. You can email us. We even have a Zoom link down below. We can hop on a Zoom call if that's convenient for you as well. Just let us know how we can help you serve you with your real estate needs, because we are definitely here for you for that. So as always, we definitely appreciate your time. We thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and I hope you found it helpful. And as always, until we meet again, we hope to show you around town one day. Bye now.